Good afternoon, everybody. This is SRL Cup Series. We're racing at Miyabi. You see the field is set already. We can take a look at the field. Isaiah will be your pole sitter. And we have 11 cars racing here at Miyabi. Green flag is out. We're racing here at Miyabi. Randy gets a good jump on the inside. He gets a good jump on the inside, and he will take the lead from Isaiah, who was the pole sitter. We have 11 cars racing a 100-lap race. Option tires include the racing hard and the racing mediums. So it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is going to be like. The car way up high. Who was that? I think that was Bubba. And Randy will come out of the final corner to lead his first lap of the race with Isaiah and T-Bone in tow. And you see the whole field spreading out, but getting very orderly into place. Riding the low line in turn one is very essential. 11 cars here at this speedway. And Randy has about a half-second lead right now in front of Isaiah. Randy, our Daytona 500 runner from last week, trying to continue the momentum from last week, made a daring pass with about 3 laps to go. Made it 3 wide and was able to take the lead. And that wasn't an accident. I mean, he was able to hold off the bottom. Everybody could not get the runs and stalled out, and he became your Daytona 500 champion at SRL Season 2. He's pulling away from Isaiah and T-Bone. Pace right now, 40.3. Very fast lap time. I think the pole was about a 40.1, 40 point flat set by Isaiah. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's look at the strategies going on right now. A lot of people choosing to stay on hards or mediums. Isaiah's on the hards. T-Bone's on the medium, or T-Bone's on the hards. Isaiah's on the mediums. Retro hard or retro mediums. Alex mediums. Joshy hards. So the strategy is really shaking up throughout the whole field, and that's going to lead to some interesting decisions for these drivers. You see Pokemon gets a penalty for track limits, but Randy is on the mediums, and Isaiah's on the mediums, and T-Bone's on the hards. So T-Bone would just have to hold pace. It'd probably be a second back to, still be in contention. The top 3 are breaking away, as Retro, Alex, and Steven and Joshy are all in the big old pack. They're going beside each other, Alex and Retro. And Retro will prevail on the inside. Alex give him a little bump. Steven coming on the inside of Alex. 4 cars all tied together. Let's go back to the front. Still no action up there. Let's go back here. These guys are really going at it. Steven gets a little bump from Bubba. Bubba to the inside. He gets to the inside almost to Alex. Alex had a top 2 last weekend. Could have won the 500, but just the run could never amount to anything. And he had to settle for a runner-up finish. Randy pulling away. About a second lead over Isaiah. And the field is really spread out pretty fast, especially for a short track, but it's all because of the varying strategies that are going on. A little contact there between Husky and FRL. But Randy is still in the lead. Isaiah and T-Bone still close together. T-Bone is on a different tire, mind you, so it is very impressive that he's able to keep up with Isaiah right now. Oh, there's a little contact right there between Retro and Steven and Alex, all coming out of the final chicane. RFK drivers fighting each other on the front straightaway. They're not happy with each other right now, as Bubba is in 7th with Retro falling behind. He was 4th, but now he's dropped back to 6th. And track position is very key in this race because it's a short track. There's very limited passing opportunities. Turn 1 is very hard. It's pretty much a single lane track. And these drivers are going at it back here. Steven and Retro. And there's a little contact. Oh, Retro got on the wall hard. Oh my goodness. And he's able to back up. And he is out of the racing groove, so no caution. That was some contact there. And Steven falls to 6th place. Bubba to 5th in the top 5 now. We're on lap 8. Alex is scooted away from all that mess. He's in the top 4. T-Bone is still in tow with Isaiah, despite being on the inferior tire compound, and Randy has been pulling away. The interesting thing to note about this year in the Cup Series is that there is a chase. So every race kind of matters now to get into that championship's position. We do understand that, you know, with an increase in the length of the schedule, that some drivers may miss races. So we don't want to screw people out of contending for a championship, you know, because they miss one race, even though they can dominate and be in the top 5 for the whole season. So that's why we implemented the new chase for this season. Randy is pulling away, still about straightaway away. You see that's the gap, the visual gap you can see, and very spread out. Bubba in 5th still on the hard tires. I mean, you take the hard tires, you get them knocked out of the way, and then maybe at the end of the race you push hard, or do you do the opposite? Do you try to gain as much of a gap right now and hope that, you know, the hard tires can hold off the mediums? And Retro is in last right now, after some contact with Steven. We're getting a report that the one car is not very happy with the 17, so interesting things to watch, considering the one car is a lap down now, so he may be falling back just to send the 17 a message. But Randy, Isaiah got a little tight, but Isaiah is able to hold off T-Bone, get the momentum from the high line, still maintains 2nd place. T-Bone is just crawling up Isaiah right now, and it looks like those tires are going the way, because T-Bone is really closing in right now. He's hitting on the bottom or the back of that 16 car. And Alex still making ground, 40.9 or 40.7. Joshy on the hards, not really good lap times right now, but see on the mediums, these guys are obviously going to be faster. 41s, Isaiah is falling off the pace, but Isaiah is holding up T-Bone enough to stay in that position. There might be something right here. Nope. And Randy is pulling away, 41.31. That was his last, or 3.81. That was his last lap time. Almost in the grass, these two Chevys right here. Randy. Oh man. There's a certain art to the track. You have to cut the chicane, but do it properly. Track limits are on, so you have to make sure you're able to do it efficiently and without getting a penalty. And there might be a battle here. Here goes T-Bone to the inside. Those tires may be wearing. Let's check the tire wear indicator. And yeah, Isaiah is really struggling, but T-Bone's tire wear is not as bad, but he is still able to get past him. It's not any better than Isaiah right now. And T-Bone will take 2nd place. And it looks like they are catching Randy right now. You see the beautiful camera angle to see the gap visually. And let's go on the back of the field. Alex gets a penalty, and it looks like Steven and Bubba are racing hard. They are side by side, and Bubba gets into P5 position again. Alex gets a penalty, so these guys will get bunched up together by the end of the straightaway. And possibly by the chicane. Husky, right now, let's go on board. His tires are just going away. It's really big balancing act. You have to ask of yourself to be fast, but also conserve tires, because, you know, would you rather be fast in 10 laps, or would you rather extend consecutive fast laps? And here comes Randy coming in for the pit. So you see his tire wear indicator all the way down to the core of the tire. And they will get fresh tires right now. Randy on the mediums, fueling up. And we'll see where he transitions out of. And T-Bone is your leader on the hards now. Isaiah's really falling off the pace, but he's still able to see T-Bone within his sights. But that's the key thing. You got to at least stay within his sights to hope the strategy works out. And T-Bone will lead a lap right now. Let's go back to Randy. Let's see where he cycled back out. He is on the hard tires now, but he is in P9, but that will not matter because a lot of these guys in front of him will have to pit. And Alex pits, was on the mediums. Those get shredded up in 16 laps. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. And you have Steven and Bubba. They have been constantly battling with each other these last couple of laps. And Isaiah goes in the pits. He was on the mediums. He managed to extend the life of those mediums more than Alex and Randy. And he's gonna. He will fill up his car with fuel. Steven and Bubba have been fighting right now, and those tires are going out. Steven gets on the high line, Bubba to the inside. P2 for Bubba. These guys have been battling for damn near 20 laps. And, you know, these guys in general, Bubba and Steven, they always race each other all the time. Like, you cannot find them apart. They did it last year. You know, last year was a pivotal racing between these guys. Because, you know, Steven was able to pass Bubba at Deep Forest, and that was, and, you know, that pass was basically what won him the championship, you know. A lot of what-if moments throughout the season, because last year was a full season points format, and it came to literally one single pass. So this is why you should race hard as much as possible, because you never know what a point can amount to. And T-Bone is way ahead of these guys. These guys they were on the hards, but they were just not keeping up with the same pace as T-Bone, the leader. His tires are going out, but these guys have a little bit more tire life. As we come to 70 or 80 laps ago, Matthew is in the pits, was on the mediums. Very impressed. I mean, it could be a race for pace, but it also could be a race of, like, okay, who conserves the tire the most? So Matthew pitting on lap 20 compared to Randy, who pitted on lap 16, I believe, and Alex on 18. So you got to conserve these tires. The tire wear is no joke, and these guys are still going at it again. Look at this as we go off the tire cam. And track limits are on, so, you know, even though they're going in the grass, they're still obliging by these track limits. You know, Steven goes inside to take the lane, but Bubba on the outside, there's not going to be momentum. Steven will get that pass, but there might be a little more momentum over here. But not enough, but he may get some down this chicane and set up a pass in the final corner. Steven gets real tight. And here comes T-Bone into the pits. Let's see what his tire wear was like. He saved up enough tire, but I think he figured like, okay, the fall off is increasing. We got to pit. So he will take tires. Let's see what tire he comes out on. And we'll wait till he gets that done. But these guys are still going at it for the lead right now. Steven and Bubba. Hunter pitted as well, FRL. And we're about a quarter into this race. So T-Bone goes on the mediums. Steven and Bubba are fighting, but these guys' tires are going away. They have to pit. Bubba has a little bit more fuel than Steven, but Steven's car, his tires are just fading away. He has to go pit sometime soon, and he will do it right now. And Bubba will take the lead, and he will get a lap lead. That is a bonus point towards the final point total for this race. And Bubba is the leader. With FRL in front, that's a lap down car, but it won't matter because Bubba will have to pit sometime in the next 2 laps. And Husky's in second. He has not pitted either, but he's caught up to those cars. And Randy, the first car that pitted, will cycle back out to being the lead right here. So this is basically the battle for the lead right now. The actual lead if there was no caution to come out, but here we go. You see evenly spaced out. You got the top 3 right there. Randy in first, Isaiah in second, T-Bone in third, all within a straightaway of each other, the top 3. And you know, Randy has a really good advantage right now because he is in clean air, but he is on the older tires. So Isaiah will have 2 laps worth of fresher tire than Randy. And he may have taken hards, I believe. They both are on the hards, so T-Bone will be able to gain some ground. He just ran a fast lap right now. Bubba goes into the pits, Husky into the pits. These drivers were on the hard tires. And Randy will take the lead. So T-Bone, being on the superior tire compound, he is going to catch these guys. He will catch these guys, but will these guys have gained enough of a gap to where those tires are not going to work for T-Bone? Because they are on the hards, and those are going to last a little bit longer. As we go back out of the tire cam, and you see Bubba and Husky are fueling up. But top 3 all within the sight line of each other. It's going to be interesting to see what the strategy is like. We want to look at lap time to see if T-Bone is catching. T-Bone is catching Isaiah very so slightly. I mean, my goodness, there's about an 0.8 of a second difference. And T-Bone is catching him very drastically. 40.3 consistent lap times. The leader is running 41, so T-Bone is hauling right now. And he is gaining time on the leaders. FRL had some contact and he's pushed out away. Pokemon is in last. Let's look at the leaders. Interesting strategy right now. T-Bone is catching 40.5, 40.9 for Isaiah, 41.3. Randy is going off the pace, so this is going to get jumbled up very fast. Randy, but just better hope that the tires do not fall off as fast. Or he better hope that T-Bone's tires fall off faster than his tires fall off. And Isaiah's struggling with that car. Isaiah getting really tight. T-Bone is catching Isaiah, and these drivers are within a half a straightaway of each other right now. Top three all separated from the field, but strategy is playing a part right now. 40.6, 40.9, 41.0. T-Bone has caught 4 attempts from that lap on the leader. And these guys are going to get bunched out real fast, real soon. Let's look back at the pack. And Steven and Bubba consistently battling right now. I mean, these guys cannot get away from each other. Always racing with each other, racing with respect. And these guys are on the mediums, I believe. So Bubba's running his faster laps of the race, 40.46. That's almost in line with what T-Bone's running right now. So these guys on the mediums are the fastest drivers on the track right now. Let's go back up front. And T-Bone is closing in on Isaiah. 5 tenths faster that lap. 5 tenths faster than Randy. That is changing. Oh, Randy gets in the grass. That might be a little something right there. Look at the camera angle. Look at the top three all within the same frame. Interesting strategy. T-Bone is really just working Isaiah right now. He will get a draft right here. And he looks to the inside into turn 1. On the bottom, Isaiah gives him the lane, and Isaiah will relinquish second place to T-Bone. T-Bone P2, he's on a mission right now. 40.91, 41.359, so 3 tenths faster, even though he was in traffic right there in dirty air. T-Bone is catching him, so Randy better watch out. Look at that, SRL in the back, just hoping to hold on. And Alex, the leading car of RFK, whoa. I don't want to jinx it, but man, he got some wicked sideways right there. And that might give opportunity for these guys to catch up, but Alex, thankfully, he held on to that car. The car was damn near 90 degrees. Let's go back up to the front. T-Bone catching Randy right now. Still about 4 or 5 tenths faster every lap. And look at the top three. The top three are crunching up, getting close to each other. I mean, the top three are just putting on an absolute clinic right now. This is where the 4th place driver is. Top three is separated the whole field. I mean, the Husky and 8th. But the top three are the class of the field right now, and they are closing together. But Randy has been becoming a little bit faster. Let's see what this lap time is. 41.0, 41.1. So Randy's picking up the pace. T-Bone's tires are falling off. So you don't know if that might change during the rest of the race. It's going to be about like, okay, which tire do you get on? You know, you're going to have to play, you know, be the predator and watch what your prey is doing and see, okay, what tire does Randy get on? And whatever the opposite of that is the tire that T-Bone's probably going to get on. So the top three are getting closer and closer together. Randy, big bobble right there. T-Bone's going to catch. A lot of time lost right there for Randy. 6 tenths faster that lap. That last corner, that chicane really hurt Randy. But you see the tire wear is pretty much the same between Randy and T-Bone. So it might be a situation where both of these guys are going to have to pit, you know, anyways. And they're still going to be close to each other. Randy and T-Bone, the class of the field right now. Top two fighting for the lead. Isaiah is not far behind. And it looks like a 4th place. And these guys are still racing each other. Bubba and Steven just cannot get away. And T-Bone to the inside of Randy. He closes the gap. T-Bone had a chance right there on the inside, just did not choose to take it. T-Bone. And these guys, top three, are still racing together. Top three are all together. Oh my goodness. Look at the racing. Look at the strategy and the racing that is a byproduct of the choices that we made with the option tire. And it is showing off right now at Miyabi. Top three underneath a blanket, all behind each other, all running the same lap times, roughly. Isaiah gained an advantage right there. That's how he was able to climb up into the back bumper of T-Bone. But these guys are going to have to pit very soon, but Randy has less fuel, so he's going to have to pit sooner than T-Bone. And Isaiah to the inside of T-Bone. Had a fender there, but did not. Oh, T-Bone. He got in the grass. Would that be a penalty? No penalty. He was in the clear, but the car did get unsteady, so that did hurt his momentum going down the front stretch. Here comes T-Bone and Isaiah. T-Bone got tight. Just not the momentum. The momentum just not there. Isaiah on the outside. Isaiah with the hard tires. That's why he's able to catch up now. T-Bone's tires are just falling off. He's in the grass almost. And Bubba and Steven racing has changed a little bit. And Randy will pit. T-Bone will pit. And that's the thing. T-Bone's tires were just shredded. He's going to have more fuel than Randy, so he will come out faster. He will have a fast pit stop, but Isaiah is the leader. And Isaiah's on the hard tires. And he is the leader. Alex pits. He was on the hards, now he might shuffle to the mediums. Interesting to see mid-race strategy. What are they going to choose? Randy will be on the hards, I believe. Let's double check. He is on the hards. What was T-Bone at? T-Bone on the hards. Bubba and Steven still fighting with each other. Isaiah will pit. He was on the hards. Steven and Bubba on the medium. So these guys are going to have to pit very soon. But look at the fuel. They're saving a lot of fuel by being on different tire compounds. So that is a factor as well. Steven to the lead. And let's look at the whole field. Here is Isaiah. He is behind T-Bone from that cycle, but he has a 1 lap extra tire than T-Bone. And this is traffic right here. Look at Randy having to navigate lap traffic. Well, not lap traffic. They're on technically on the lead lap. They haven't hit it yet. Matthew and Husky are fighting for position P5 right now, and Randy's going to have to navigate this. Oh, Husky's going to get track limit penalty, so that's going to make it easier for him. He's on the outside. There it comes. The officials did not like that penalty for Husky, and Randy on the faster tire. He's going to politely ask these guys to get the hell out of the way. Oh, almost 3 wide. He will get past Husky. Easy pass. Doesn't want to lose track of the top 2. You see that is how far they are. See T-Bone in the white car in the front stretch. Isaiah in the green car. You're going to get the momentum from Matthew. Bubba and Steven haven't pitted yet, so that's going to change for the next couple laps. These guys are on very bad tires. Bubba might get an advantage on Steven though, because he has more fuel than him. A lot more fuel. They like Steven's coming in now. No, he's not. He's not. Bubba comes in. Steven doesn't, which is, in my opinion, I think he should have just pitted because Steven might lose. He might lose that position to Bubba because he will have a faster, 1 lap faster tire. T-Bone off of pace alone is catching Steven, who has not pitted yet. Oh, Steven's in the grass. He had to really wind it up. T-Bone will pass him. Yeah, Isaiah, Randy, whole field is lining up. Steven finally comes in the pit. Look at it. He had way less fuel than Bubba. And Bubba will come out on the hards. Alex gets a penalty. Let's go back to the top 3. The top 3 really making a show right now. Isaiah is losing tow with T-Bone. Let's look at these lap times. Isaiah's a little bit faster, but that's probably because T-Bone was in a little bit of traffic, lap traffic. And Isaiah might be catching very so slightly. 41.3. Yeah, he's catching about 5/10 of a faster lap than T-Bone. Randy has lost the lead. He was dominating the earlier parts of this race, but T-Bone and Isaiah really come alive in this middle part of the race. Husky gets a penalty. And like I said, Bubba and Steven, really, Bubba ahead of Steven. That's going to make Bubba get P5 once Husky pits. Look at these lap times, 40.7, about even. 40 they are about even. They're not giving an inch to each other. Pokemon with a penalty. Oh man, he gets jacked up from Alex, I believe. And here comes Steven to the inside. What happened to, how did he catch him so fast? Alex must have went around or something. Yeah, look at the lap time. He had to go around. That's how Bubba was able to pass Alex. Bubba in P5, Husky in P4. Bubba had a very bad finish to last week's race. He got taken out on the last lap of the Daytona 500 in turn 3, which just resulted in a wreck. He just lost track of the front at the back half of that race. I mean, he was in the front, but just getting stuck behind there. You don't want to be stuck in 7th with 10 laps to go at Daytona, man. You just can't trust people to make moves. And now he's in a bad position, 13th in points, so he will have to make up some ground right now. Isaiah and T-Bone. Isaiah is slightly faster, but it's going to be a lie. It's going to be like pulling teeth out just to catch T-Bone. He's probably going to catch some lap traffic in a couple of laps. Isaiah, T-Bone picks up the pace that lap. Isaiah slightly slower. He's just trying to pass his lap down car. Matthew, he's getting frustrated. Still can't make the pass. He's still right behind him. He has to go now. He will go to the inside, get the position. Unless there's a crossover, no, he will get the position, or not the position, but the advantage. So that was killing his lap times, and I mean, he's still able to keep it 2/10 with him, so that's impressive, but still, he has to go. So Isaiah and T-Bone are separating themselves from the whole field. And Randy is falling off. His car, I mean, I don't know if the tire choice made a difference, because the top three are not close to each other as they were in the beginning, but that may change with the different tire strategies. All these guys are on hard tires, and if I was somebody in the back of the pack or somebody that's not in the lead, I would just go in the opposite direction what the leader is to possibly gain some ground. And the Husky looks like he will pit this time by. Look at how low he is on fuel. He will pit. Bubba will take that position. He will be P4 once he gets around Husky. P4 for Bubba. It would be great if he was able to stay in that position. Same thing for T-Bone. T-Bone kind of got shafted at the end of the race last week. He was he was probably one of the most aggressive drivers at Daytona last week, and he just could not get back to the front. I mean, obviously one of the most fastest drivers in the league, but he just could not get his way up there at the end of the race. Very chaotic race. I wish for everybody to watch that, but I mean, that was a classic race that happened last week. Good racing, wrecks that weren't total chaos, but nice mix of strategy and racing. But these guys are bunching them together. You see Alex in the view of T-Bone. Oh, that's Pokemon, excuse me. Pokemon is a lap down already. He might go 2 laps down right here. And this battle is heating up right now. At the halfway point of this race, with about 46 laps to go, race is flying by, but you know, it hasn't been a barn burner, it hasn't been absolute chaos, but the strategy and the top 3 separating themselves from the field have been very entertaining. Just to see what strategies these guys do to separate themselves from each other. This track is very hard to pass at. And it looks like Isaiah is one guy that is catching up. Look at that. He is catching up to T-Bone. And I think he may have a lap fresher tire. There was a big bobble out of T-Bone that last lap. Oh man, he's caught him. He ran a second faster that lap time. And he is catching back up to T-Bone. He had a big bobble coming out of the chicane. Randy still in turn 1. These guys are still fighting. Oh man, a little contact between Steven and Bubba. Bubba's tires are going away. P4. He will go to the inside. And they are side by side down the straightaway. Let's go back up to the front. These guys, Isaiah's catching T-Bone. See what his lap time is. 41 flat, 40.8. So he is slightly catching. Let's go back to that P5 battle. P4, excuse me. I think it's tires are just going away. I mean, he just cannot hold off that car. Let's see what the tire situation is like. On the mediums, yes, then that is why. He is on the mediums compared to Bubba's hard tires. And, you know, that crew just can't really panic right now because it's just the very nature. You're on the hard tires, you're going to run faster lap times regardless, or lesser lap times. Oh man, Alex is going a lap down. He's basically going to be, oh, he is in the grass. Almost interferes with the leaders, but man, T-Bone gets away. But that has allowed Isaiah to really close in on the gap. You see the tire wear meter. Oh, he had a big bobble right there, T-Bone. That may have cost him some lap time. But let's go on board with Isaiah. 41.0, 41.3. So Isaiah is slowly chipping away. It's a grind that he's chipping away, and you know, depending on pit strategy, how fast he can get into pit road, how fast he can get off, or whatever fuel he can take, he can close in even closer on T-Bone's lead right now, the interval gap. Chicane is very deadly. Isaiah did not have a good one there. He lost a little bit of momentum. T-Bone 40.985. Isaiah 3/10 off in that lap. And I called it right. It was because of that chicane. But these guys are still racing back here. Oh man, Bubba has to really let off the gas. Those tires are just not doing any good right now. Alex is all the way in the back. I think he may have just pitted. Yes, he did. So he was a lap down. Basically have 41 laps to go coming to the line, or excuse me, yeah, 41 right now. Isaiah pits, or T-Bone pits, Isaiah stays out, pardon me. And this may be a change in the race. I mean, Isaiah has to run as fast of a lap time as he can right now, because T-Bone he pitted earlier, so T-Bone's gonna have a tire advantage. And he might just have to get on pit road faster than T-Bone gets out of pit road to even maintain some type of advantage. T-Bone's filling up right now. You see on the left-hand side of the screen. Oh, Isaiah had a big bobble right there. That was not a good turn. Will he pit this time? Yes, he will. Let's see where this lands. Oh, he had a little bit more fuel. He has a little bit more fuel than T-Bone. And Randy comes in, so Randy's not going to be in the picture. Isaiah had more fuel than both of these drivers, so it might be close coming to the line. And these guys, Bubba has a penalty. T-Bone is stuck in the middle between all these four cars. Bubba P5 wants to hold on to it, but he has a penalty right now. Those tires are just going away. Isaiah really fueling up very fast. It's going to be the battle for the lead coming off the pit road, side by side behind him. Isaiah coming out. Where's T-Bone? T-Bone. Isaiah will get out ahead, and that is because of the fuel situation. He took way less fuel than T-Bone did, but T-Bone has momentum, but he is not going to catch Isaiah right now. Isaiah gets out, and I told you guys about that pit strategy. Very hard to pass to this track. You got to get it in the pits. Bubba is in P3 right now, just struggling to survive. I think he just wants to stay out as much as possible to make this last run a little bit easier. Possibly stay on the, you know, get on the hards or get on the mediums or whatever. Isaiah had a slip up there. T-Bone is able to capitalize, and he gains a ton right there. Oh, a little loose. tight for Isaiah. Both drivers having trouble right now. And this is going to be a battle. Top two fighting with each other the whole race. And Bubba is in P3, but he's not on the same pit cycle, so that's not going to matter. Randy's going to blow past him once he gets on pit road. Matthew P5 right now on a different strategy. Will come to the pits, and that may have been a pit road violation, so we'll check back on that. Steven, see what tires he's on. He's on the mediums. Alex, SRL, Pokemon. That's the running order right now. Now let's look back to the front. These drivers will not get away from each other. Still in tow. T-Bone had a better corner right there. He will get to the inside, get the momentum. They are side by side. Still side by side in the chicane. Somebody's gonna have to lift. Oh man, he put him in the grass, but T-Bone will get the lead. No penalty. Race officials just let him race right there. And T-Bone will get past Isaiah, but Isaiah may have the better tire, so he still has to stay within striking distance right here. And Bubba right now, P3, is just staying out as long as he can. These guys are fighting. Caution free for the first 67 laps of this race. Bubba trying to just chug along. Isaiah, T-Bone. T-Bone separating himself from Isaiah very so slightly. He's running his fastest lap of the race right now, though. Look at Bubba. Oh, he gets in the ground. Oh, man, he's around. Oh, Randy's clipped him a little bit, and Bubba's around, and he gets smacked by Matthew. And that's going to be a caution. Oh, my goodness. Bubba's in P4 right now, but that will be a caution at the line. Race to the line. T-Bone is your race leader. And that's kind of crazy because Bubba spun out, but he didn't really lose any positions. But I think he will have to pit because he was losing some fuel. And man, does that change everything. A restart with 33 laps to go. It will be 32, I think, once they do the pit cycle. Around 30 laps to go, we'll go back green. And I think Bubba just got in the grass, got on the curb, and just spun out. There was no grip on those tires, and a rare mistake, but he will pit, but he will have to be on the last tail end. He will have to be at the tail end of the longest line because he pitted before the caution, or when the caution came out, so he will lose some positions, and that's not a smart thing to do. But T-Bone will pace the field, but Randy goes in the pits. T-Bone stays out. I don't know about that. I feel like you just got to take as fresh of tires as you can take. I mean, the tires wear very fast here. I think they should have pitted. Steven out, Randy pit. Husky stays out. Well, no, he actually comes in. Alex pits. So these guys are going to have an advantage. I mean, I don't agree with Isaiah and T-Bone. I mean, these guys are kind of, that's not a good call. I mean, it's kind of hard. You're the leaders. You make that call, but you're ahead of everybody, so you can't see anything. So these guys just are going to do the opposite of what T-Bone and Isaiah did, and they're going to pounce because they're going to have fresher tires and more fuel a little bit. So I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough situation on the restart, man. And they are still pacing. I'll just fast forward a little bit. I don't think they go green this time by. It will go green this time by. We advance a little bit. So let's look back at the running order just to get a, grasp of where everybody's at. Double foul restarts on this track. T-Bone is going to be on the preferred lane. And this is going to be crazy because these guys are not going to have the best tires compared to the rest of the field. I mean, look, everybody else is on the mediums. They are setting themselves up for, well, Josh is on the hards, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's a gamble right now. You don't know if a caution comes out. Do you just stay on the hards and take the track position while they get on the mediums? I mean, you're going to have to pit anyways because the fuel cycle here is around 20 to 25 laps, so they are not going to make it on fuel, but it's going to be interesting right here. Double foul with 30 laps to go, coming at the line, coming to be 29, and green flag is out back here at Miyabi. T-Bone will lead them, and Randy goes to the inside. That's going to make it 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Randy, 3 wide is not something you do in this corner, but he gets it done. T-Bone washes up the track, and T-Bone is way out of the groove, and he falls all the way back to 10th. First to 10th and 1 straightaway. Oh man, they were going crazy. Randy, Alex gets the lead. They are 3 wide back there, fighting for positions. They know they have to go now. It's very hard to pass at this track. Alex gets in the lead with a power move, and he will take the lead, and he will lead a lap. Randy is second, and T-Bone is all the way in the back. I mean, he just had a horrible restart. They are 3 wide back here. Husky and Bubba with Isaiah. They are still side by side. Matthew in the top 5. Great run for him right now. Steven in the grass. Oh my goodness, he saves it. But look at the field as we have this camera right here. You see Alex, Randy, Steven, and Matthew. Matthew having a great run right now. Top 5 for Matthew. Running fast laps too. So he's not a sleeper pick right now. He's up there top 5. And all you just have to do is stay in position. Bubba is falling to 9th. May have had trouble coming out of the final corner. And Alex is in the lead, but Randy to the back bumper of Alex into the final chicane. Oh man. And there he is blocking. He's all the way down to the wall. Did not touch him, but man, oh man, big blocks coming in. They are side by side, contacting to turn 1. Randy gets on the inside. He will take the lead from Alex, but Alex gets the momentum coming back, crossover, but he will not get it enough to get beside Randy. Randy back in control after he was fading off in the back portion of this race. He led the first 30 laps and he just fell off, and now he's back up there on lap 75. Top 6 battling each other. Look at the battles right now. Everybody is close together. Very stark contrast to the start of the race where, I mean, the first 5 laps, the whole top 3 just separated themselves from the whole field. And Matthew in the top 5 right now. Husky in the top 5. SRL penalty right now. And Bubba in P9, he is falling off a cliff. And I think it's because of these tires. Let's look at the tire situation from everybody. Mediums, hards, mediums. Everybody is on the mediums because they're just like, fuck it, it's go time. We have to go now. 2 RFK drivers and 1 Pontiac driver in the top 3. Randy trying to hold off of charging Alex. Really wants his first win. Randy on the outside. Alex just ran his fastest lap. Oh man, a little contact. That might have been some payback right there. And Alex is to the inside. But Randy on the outside, they are still fighting. Oh my goodness. Randy gets the momentum from the inside. Alex slides back in. And look at the top 5 still within a straightaway. Oh my goodness, that is the difference between different tire strategies. In the first half of this race, the tire strategies were intense, all different, resulting in everybody being very spread out. But now, everybody's pretty much on the same tires, and now they're all close together. And Steven now is in second place. Isaiah third, and P3. As the sun sets here in Miyabi, the track is getting cooler, so I guess this is why the tires are, you know, maybe mattering less. But the top 5 within the same straightaway. Matthew still P5, very impressive one for him right now. Husky P6. T-Bone really shafted out of that last restart. He is in P7 and he is fading. I mean, my goodness. I don't know what's happened to that car. He's on the hards. I think this is a big mistake. I mean, the hards only really work if you're in the lead, and I mean, T-Bone just could not have had that happen. I mean, getting shuffled out is hard to chase these cars down on the inferior tire compound. Let's go back up to the top 2. 21 laps to go. This is a battle between Randy and Steven. Steven was in around P5, P6 all day. Had a little bit of an incident with Retro earlier in the race. One car was not very particularly happy with him. And you saw Retro earlier in the race did leave the race because of that incident. He was very unhappy with him. Somebody did pit. Oh, that was Hunter. I mean, he's going to pit for fuel, but he probably is changing the tire compound. We got 20 laps to go. Randy's still in the lead, trying to win 2 in a row. Steven is in the grass. He's drifting. He saves it. These guys are really fighting. Alex in the top 3, fighting against Isaiah and Matthew. T-Bone and Bubba have really fallen off the pace because of their decision to be on the hard tires, and they will reflect on that. That's not a good thing unless a caution comes out. Randy's still in the lead, 19 laps to go. Steve had a big bump over there on the back straightaway, resulting in him going in the grass and losing a lot of ground as Randy pulls away. But Steven is still within the sight. Let's go on board with him. I mean, we got to look at the tires right now. Steven has a little bit more of a tire than Randy, so that may be a factor. He may close up to him. Randy is getting a bigger lead right now, about 8 tenths to a second lead right now. Alex and Isaiah are still fighting each other. Alex holding off Isaiah. Isaiah really wants to get past. He is the fast car right now, but you still got to pass somebody. It doesn't matter. And Steven is still on the grass. Oh my goodness. His car is just not working right now. Surprised that he did not get a penalty. He's going to get behind these guys. Or he's going to get in front of these guys. It's going to be a 3-horse race in the back of the top 4. And Randy, that's kind of what he wants to see. He wants to see these guys race while he can just scoot away and clean air. 17 laps to go. He's on the medium tires, just one more pit stop. I mean, he has the same amount of fuel as these guys. Isaiah will have to pit though, because he stayed out, so, and he's wasting his tires just trying to just get past and get to the front, but he's wasting gas, he's wasting the tires. I mean, he's holding his ground with these guys being on the inferior tire, but I mean, it's going to be very hard to get back up there. I mean, he will have a fuel, he will have to pit, but he may lose some time because he has to fill the car up, and Randy gets a 5 or a half-second penalty. Oh, and FRL is around, no caution. It was a one-car incident. He is off the track, but he is not in harm's way. We will stay green. Disappointing for him. You see Bubba go by. And that's going to be a penalty. That's going to take away the momentum. But Steven's running his faster lap of the race. But Randy chooses to pit with the penalty, so it's not as backbreaking, but Steven will stay out. Randy had the pit. He's not saving the tires as much as Steven, so Steven will probably get an advantage right here. Look at Alex. Alex and Isaiah. Matthew still in the top 5. What a run by Matthew. Very proud of that team. Not, you know, still trying to look for his first top 5 in SRL. And he looks like he might be getting it done. Still in the P5, still maintaining positions, is relatively stayed clean throughout the full race. And Husky has a penalty. Steven will pit right now. It's going to be interesting to see what this lineup is going to be like. Matthew gets the lead. He will lead a lap. Let's go back to pit road. You see these guys are pitting. Randy comes out of pit road with the lead. He's on the mediums. Steven's on the mediums too, so it's just going to be basically about who runs the faster lap time. And Randy's running his best lap of the race right now. Look at that faster sector. Steven and Randy. This is going to be a battle, and I don't think this was the matchup we were looking out for. We were looking out for those top 3 cars, who were Steven, or who were Isaiah Husky, or Isaiah Randy and T-Bone, and Steven just ran his fast lap of the race, a 172, Randy 339. Steven is cooking right now. Alex in the back right there, you see he's P3, he wants to stay in the top 3 for a podium. Randy, Steven messed up there a little bit. So Randy will get an advantage right here. We got 12 laps to go. Isaiah in 5th. He passes Husky. And Bubba P9, but this is not the race he was looking for. Very poor showing for that car. He will gain some points though, as some drivers missed today's race, but 11 laps to go. Randy and Steven still mono on mono. You just see all the tire marks from Steven going in the grass and staying all, he's saving the car. Randy just has to run a perfect race, and he will be a back-to-back winner for this second season of SRL. Alex staying in the top 3. Isaiah, Husky, T-Bone. T-Bone's inches way back up to P6. And Bubba's in P7. So Nicole's in P8. And looks like that top 5 run will not happen. A little big bobble right there out of Randy. Maybe opportunity, and Alex has a big bobble. 2 RFK drivers, their cars are picking up speed in these last couple of laps. They both ran 0.1 lap times. And the fastest lap is only a couple tenths away, and that was T-Bone with a 40.108. So RFK has brought something to the table in these final last laps of the race. Steven's still tracking Randy. I mean, Randy's running faster lap times. Randy with a 40.581. Steven 40.363. He is catching Randy ever so slightly, but that gap is still the same. I mean, Steven is driving the heck out of this car, just trying to get up to him. I mean, look at the gap. Victory is right in front of him with 8 laps to go. Oh, I think Randy screwed up a little bit right there. He did not carry the momentum coming out of the S corner right there, and he caught a bunch of ground on Randy. There's a lot of momentum. Steven gets a lot of momentum here. You got 2 lap down cars. They need to get the hell out of the way. He lets him pass. Steven will have to deal with FRL. He's catching up with a lap down car, Pokemon. Steven is catching him, 40.8, 40.440. Both on the medium tires. It's about whoever just has the better lap times. 7 laps to go. Catching lap traffic, a big deal. T-Bone up to P4 after just messing up on that restart, so he's able to gain positions back. Husky in the grass. Bubba's there in the pink car in the background. Nice car, but he just did not have the speed today. He's in P7. Randy and Steven gained on him 2 tenths faster than Randy. He's catching him, but it's gonna be a different story. Can you catch him and make a pass or not? I mean, oh, and Randy gets in the grass. That's gonna let him catch up right there. That's a big mistake. All he has to do is really just hold the line. Pokemon is a lap down. He's in front of Randy. Steven in the back lurking. Let's go on board. We're coming back. We're coming down to 5 laps to go. Alex gets a penalty. He's in the top 3. It looks like he will stay there. Let's go back up to the front 2. And this is a massive battle right now. This battle has occurred over 30 laps in this run, and they have not been able to stay away from each other. Randy's losing the tires. Let's look at the tire update. He has way less tire wear than Steven, so he's just going to have to hold him off. Steven's getting the momentum to the inside. Randy just has to hold him off for 4 more laps. Oh, big bobble right there from both drivers. Randy running a 0.2 seconds slower. Randy tries to block Steven on the bottom. Randy still in the lead. And Steven right behind him. Oh, a little tap right there. Pokemon gets out of the way. Thankfully, that last time by, he just got out of the way and freaking let these drivers handle it out. Steven in the draft for Randy. 3 laps to go. With how spread out this whole field was earlier, I would have never expected this to be a close race, but look at here we are. Steven, a surprising race. I mean, he was not in the top 5 really in this race. Top 3, not at all. And Steven, oh, there was a little bump right there. Randy gets a little help. And I think Steven just, I mean, that's kind of what he had to do, man. Randy is just not on the best tire right now. His car is just getting tight, and he's lifting up just to freaking get around the corner while Steven can just go full throttle. And Steven is in the lead with 2 laps to go. Can Randy get back in there? And Steven passes for the lead that last time by with 2 laps to go, and he just has to run clean laps. I mean, I don't think Randy can catch him because his tires are just going away. Steven has the tire wear battle. Matthew right there, lap down. Hopefully he just doesn't interfere with this race. Steven coming out of the final corner to the second and last time. And there was a big little bobble right there. Randy did get some momentum. Here he comes in the draft. Randy going to the inside. Love tap. Final lap here. Oh, Randy gets, just because he really sent it right there, he just got out of the corner and didn't have the momentum. And he's behind Pokemon, a lap down car. Hopefully he just gets out of the way. I don't think it's going to matter, though. He's in the grass. Steven coming out of the final hairpin, going through the chicane. Randy gets a penalty, and that's going to allow Alex to catch up. And Steven coming out of the final chicane will finish first and will win at Miyabi, with Randy coming in second, but he has a penalty, so Alex comes in second. Isaiah coming in fourth. T-Bone and Husky fifth and sixth. And Bubba in seventh. That was a nice little battle there. Those guys were all too close together. And Randy had the win, but he had one less good lap of tires, and that really was the difference. That's got to be heartbreaking. He could have made it back-to-back races where he won in SRL. Would have started out the season with a big bang. And that's got to be heartbreaking. If he pitted one less lap than Steven, he would have won this race. I thank you guys for watching. That was very entertaining. That was the second race of the SRL season at Miyabi. Next week will be Dragon Trail. And Randy is the points leader, so look out for the point situation. Randy is the points leader, Alex is second place, Steven in third, so that's your top 3 in points. And we'll be back for Dragon Trail next week. Thank you guys for watching.